my name is Ty, Hair by Ty. I have the experience of interviewing David Antunes. Please tune into my show, Hair by Ty, on Jersey Life. He has amazing background experience. He has done Twiggy, Nellie's hair, also Teresa Judice from New Jersey Housewives, and plenty more. Please stay tuned and have a good day. Welcome back. I'm Hair by Ty. Next to me I have David Antunes. We're in Antunes, New Jersey at his salon called Hair by David. Thank you so much for inviting today.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Thank you.
The salon is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, where you're originally from.
Well, my background, what do you want to know? Do you want to know my age?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So, my family is Portuguese, and my family settled in Newark. And once they settled in Newark, they wanted to buy their first home, so they came over to Kearney. And I've been in Kearney practically my whole entire life. And my parents are still in Kearney. I speak Portuguese. I graduated from Kearney High School. After Kearney High School, I wanted to get involved in fashion. I then went to FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. From there, I then got recruited from a retail company doing visual display, and I did that for about a good 2 years. At this point, I didn't even know that I wanted to be a hairdresser. Never. It was something that I never even thought about. So from FIT, I did retail for about a good 2 years doing visual display from store to store. I worked for a particular chain of stores, and I had an epiphany. I woke up one day and I said, I think I want to be a hairstylist. Yes, at this time I was living in Long Island. And I came home and I said to my parents, I think that I'm going to have a change of career. I want to be a hairstylist. And of course I was nervous. I was scared because, I had gone to FIT. I had this great job, and now I want to do something different. And being a hairdresser was something that was never really thought of or never even discussed in my house. So, unfortunately, I didn't get the support that I wanted. And I kind of put that on the back burner. So I was 20 years old, and I had told my parents that I wanted to be a hairstylist, and I didn't get the support that I wanted. So I put that on the back burner. A couple months later, then I explored that career path once again, and I brought it back up to my parents. I said, you know what? This is something that I definitely want to do, and I'm going to pursue it. I enrolled into school, and it was the best thing ever since. I went to Capri Hair Design in Clifton, New Jersey.
Okay. That's great. That's so inspirational. That's so inspirational. So your family, you are the natural talent. You're the hairdresser. You're the one that, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have one brother and I have 2 sisters. And years ago I was a little apprehensive as far as what are my parents going to think? What are my family going to think about me being a hairdresser? Unfortunately, because sometimes hairdressers are stereotyped, and I didn't want to fall into that stereotype. And I wanted to kind of show that I was going to be more than just your average hairdresser. No disrespect to hairdressers, but I didn't want to fall into the category of, oh, all hairdressers are, etc., etc., etc. I wanted to be something more powerful, and I wanted to be successful. I wanted to take control of being a hairdresser. I had big dreams, and I had big aspirations, and I had high expectations.
Very good, very good. And when you became a hairstylist, who was the most inspirational to you at that time in the industry?
At that particular time, I would have to say that it was Orday, it was John Sahag, it was Vidal Sassoon. I looked up to these individuals because of where they came from and what they had accomplished, and their work was just amazing. And yes, absolutely. And I would look at these individuals and say, I want to be like them. And going back to what I was saying earlier, that I just didn't want to be the average hairdresser. I thought big. And when I thought big, these were the names that came to my head. Vidal Sassoon, a line of products, an academy, multiple salons worldwide. And that's the level that I thought of.
Okay. And that's really good.
Yes.
So that's how you became, how did you become successful in the industry with a celebrity? Like, who was your first client? Because I did do some homework on your little research. And I know that you've worked with the late great Christopher Reeves.
Yes. I do have to say that I was at the right place at the right time.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of hard work goes into all this. I was freelancing for quite a while, and trust me when I tell you, everything happens for a reason. I had a new client that came into the salon that I was working at, and I had just finished printing my resumes. And my new client, which is Maggie Goldberg, she had sat in my chair and she had gotten transferred from Washington, D.C. to work for the Christopher Reeve Foundation out in Summit, New Jersey. And she was in my chair and we were talking, and during, the hair service, she expressed to me if I knew anyone that does hair and makeup. And I said, yes, I do. Yeah, I said, yes, I do. And I said, what is it for? And she then expressed, well, I am in charge of marketing for Christopher Reeve, for the Christopher Reeve Foundation, and I'm looking for someone that does hair and makeup. And it was God sent. It had fallen into my lap, and I said, give me a second. I literally turned around and pulled my resume out of my backpack, and I gave her my resume, and it happened like that. She was very impressed with my resume. The next day, she was calling me. Christopher Reeve's people were calling me as well. His publicist, his agent, his nurse. At that time, he had a head nurse. And then I was set up to go do a trial of his hair and his makeup.
Okay.
I then went to go do his trial, and Dolly was his nurse's name, and I went. Of course, I was nervous. I was shaking in my boots. And am I gonna get this? Am I not gonna get it? Because it was really my big first celebrity that I was going to work with. And truth be told, I did as best as I possibly could do. And, on my way back home, his nurse called me, along with Maggie, and along his agent, and along with his publicist. They were very happy with the work that I had done, and they wanted me to come back the next day. So yeah, it really happened, it happened like that. And from there, it just became a snowball effect.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I've also, read a quote that she had mentioned. Being a stylist is the ultimate way to express my work. This is powerful. This means a lot to me, and I'm sure to our viewers. What experience has transpired you in your life to write such an inspirational words? How do you feel about, like when someone comes in, do you still incorporate the FIT, as you expressed to me earlier, with the hair and the makeup? The ultimate way to express your work, that's so empowering.
Well, I hope that I'm able to answer this the right way.
Okay.
When I'm behind the chair, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at your makeup, I'm looking at your hair, I'm taking into consideration what you're wearing, your lifestyle, your career. Are you a working mom? Are you not a working mom? Do you have a profession? Do you not have a profession? And with that being said, I don't know what happens in my head. However, I then start to create, and I start digging in my head and pulling out current looks, past looks, things that will work for you and for your everyday lifestyle. Your everyday lifestyle, again, are all of those elements that I just finished speaking about. Your job, Are you a mom? Are you a wife? What do you do professionally? How are you going to maintain this? So with all of that being said, yes, my work is very important because I have to make you happy once you leave. And I think it's the ultimate way to express my work.
Absolutely. That was well said.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back with David Antunes.
Thank you. Important, especially when we are behind the chair as professionals, that you take all of those elements into consideration. You know, I can't be disconnected from my clients because then I'm not going to express what I do for a living. This is what I do for a living. And for me to show you my work, I need to listen to you. I need to take everything into consideration. And I need to educate you also when you go home. I know what you look like right now. I'm going to take everything into consideration. I'm going to look at you from head to toe in a professional, discreet way. And I'm going to incorporate a look for you that I know that you're going to be able to rock it.
Absolutely, because there's different age groups, there's different clientele of people out there.
Absolutely.
And everyone have a different lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And to be able to transform a young girl as young as 12, 13 years old to an older woman. I had a client Saturday, 95 years old. And when I say this woman was so inspiring to me, she's been all over the world. She's been to Italy, Greece. Her husband was in the army. They were constantly traveling, relocating. And she goes away 6 months out of the year to Puerto Rico. And just knowing that every question that I had for her, she was home.
That's excellent.
And she was just amazing. Just to see someone that I interact with that has given me some inspiration, some insight. And for me to tell her how to treat her hair, she said, oh, I have no problem with that. She seemed like she was a client of mine that was 40 years old. She was 95, and that was a blessing.
That is a true blessing. 95 years old and still able to rock it and to understand the concept of what we do, which is very important.
Welcome back. We're going to continue our interview with David Antunes. David, I have a few more questions.
Okay, yeah, keep them coming.
Okay, I love it. David, I'd love to get back to the fundraisers, charity events, etc. Can you give us some charity that you're involved in, or how do you get involved in these fundraisers?
Well, currently I'm not doing any charities right now. I have in the past Dress for Success, and Dress for Success is women that are in need of makeovers from head to toe. And when I say head to toe, from their hair down to their makeup, down to their wardrobe, so we can get these women back into the work environment. These women sometimes do not have the financial means to actually come to the salon to get their hair done or their makeup done, to actually come up with a new look. So it presents them, when they're going out on interviews. And Dress to Success is a great charity due to the fact that it does give back to women that need it. What I do every once in a while is whatever is going on locally in town, whether there's a fire, whether there's a sick person, a cancer charity, I always donate from the salon. I will donate my services. For instance, not too long ago, there was a 4-family fire in Harrison that I donated free services to all of the victims that were involved in this fire. And it's something small, but to me it's something big due to the fact that it's not a money value, it's what I can do to get you back on your feet. Naturally, if somebody's recovering from a fire, they don't have the financial means to get back to a hair salon. And by coming to the hair salon because I'm donating the services, it's a great way to make them feel good about themselves and not have to spend money, because money is going to have to go towards other things, other necessities that they're lacking because of the fire.
Okay, that's great, that's great. The holiday weeks are approaching really fast. ideas that you have for your new and existing clients for the holidays?
When you say ideas, are you talking about new looks that I'm incorporating for this season?
New looks, new trendsetting hairstyles.
I'm absolutely in love with the bob right now. I'm loving the bob. I think that is chic, classic, timeless, effortless, and it's a style that is current. However, I don't think that it has hit the way that it's going to hit in 2014. I think it's slowly starting to kind of peek its way back. But holidays, definitely, girls are going to be experimenting with a new look, and that is definitely something that I'm going to be talking about behind the chair. We need to do a lot. Oh. No highlights. I'm not feeling highlights right now. What I'm feeling are intense chocolate browns, intense espresso browns. I want something with a lot of shine for this holiday season. Rich, intense browns.
What about reds? Do you like reds?
I love reds. I love reds. However, I was doing lots of reds last year. Yeah, I was doing lots of reds last year, and this year, for some reason, I just feel that, been there, done that with the reds, and now it's all about brown. I think brown is a very strong shade. However, you could go from a chocolate brown to an espresso brown, and keep it different. As long as there's lots of shine, and I'm sure that you can understand what I'm about to say, and a bob with a lot of shine and dressed a certain way, she's ready for the night. She's ready. She's ready.
It's a clean cut.
It's a clean cut, it's sophisticated, it's classic, and there's a certain presence that this woman is going to have with this haircut and this hair color. And brown, to me, is the right shade to go with that particular haircut. Of course, brown isn't for everyone. I'm not saying that reds can't wear it or blondes can't wear it. However, I'm going to focus more on intense browns.
And this is what you expect from David in 2014.
2014, absolutely, yes.
Can you give us any future hairstyles or anyone who's inspired towards being a hairstylist or any goals? Any words of inspiration?
Yes,
For the
lots of
young colors.
yes. Persistence. You have to be very persistent. Patience, yes. But I still believe in persistence over than patience. Because persistence definitely means that you're going to do whatever you want to get to where you want to go. And it will involve patience. However, it's not going to come knocking on your door. And that's where I think persistence definitely comes into effect. You're going to have to go after it. And you're going to have to work hard. And I'm a prime example of that. You're a prime example of that. It didn't come easy for me. And I was very persistent at my craft. And whatever I had to do, I was going to do it. And it's very profound for me to say that, but it's the truth. And I think that this society right now lacks that sometimes. They want things handed to them. However, you really have to work hard to get what you want in life. And being persistent along with patience, having perseverance, all of those things will make you a successful hairstylist. However, you will have to pay your dues. And the newcomers that come in, especially straight out of beauty school, they're going to have to pay their dues. They're going to have to learn how things are done in a hair salon. And working in a hair salon is just not working behind the chair. It's everything from shampooing to washing towels to sweeping to answering the phone, unfortunately cleaning the bathroom, we don't have that luxury of having a cleaning service that does those things for us on an everyday basis. So it takes a lot of hard work, and I love everything about it. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it like this, because that's how much I love my job.
Great passion, dedication.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
So do I. It takes a lot of hard work to focus, be consistent, to have the blessings of God, to have you stand up every day, to be appreciated, to see that smile on that client's face when you're done. That's the drive that I have every day when I go to work. And I'm sure it's the same for you.
Absolutely, and I think it goes back to what you had asked me earlier. It's what makes my job complete is when I'm working and I'm done creating this look for my client, and they leave and they feel good about themselves. If they feel good about themselves on the outside, I know that I've done my job. I've made them feel good on the inside as well. And I, as a hairdresser, I have to make them feel good, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. And that's what's really important. If I'm not creating both of them, I didn't do my job. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please come back.
I will. We
Please.
will come back,
Please,
right? We will
please.
come
Thank
back.
you. Thank you.
God bless you with everything
Thank you.
you're doing. And if we need to get in contact with you or schedule appointments, you can tell the Jersey Life how to get in contact with you.
Okay, so Hair by David, 534 Kearney Avenue in Kearney, New Jersey, 07032. The phone number is 201-955, very easy, hair, which is 201-955-4247. I am on Instagram at David Antunes Hair. I'm on Twitter at David Antunes NJ. And I am on Facebook, Hair by David. Also, David Antunes Public Figure.